Anachronism 3793. Posted Tuesday, December the 6th, 2022. Finding the most appropriate word or phrase, either for accuracy or comparison, is not something that comes easy for me, no sir. If I were thirsty and I managed a go pump me a spirit, would you come back with a glass of water? Because I know I would, or might, if a woodchuck could chuck wood. The grouse that was woodsy has a hoodie from Poughkeepsie, but the chirpy mouse has no idea how to spell it, much less pronounce it. Just say it then, he heard everyone say on his birthday. He was prophetic like that. It wasn't his fault. Or it could have been. But it was certainly not a thing that he'd asked for. Watch the door to the bird in the morgue next to the fjord. Once he knew the glacier within which he'd finally find his glasses, with his head askance, he knew in a glance that with or without such elaborate hall passes, his ass was grass, and much of the same size of at least half of Texas. He coughed as he laughed, and he laughed as he coughed, while spending the evening in search of the grouse, who, it's true, was his spouse. But hush about that. Such things cannot be undone, like the fact that whenever he looked back at this moment, the word that he found, that he always was mouthing in some sort of odd kind of motor memory, would now and always, at such misbegotten times as these, be grouch. I heard that, said Marvin, arranging the bed. Did he just say Irving Berlin had a thing for... And then, all he'd hear from then on out was Mrs. Gazpacho. And so, for the rest of the day, almost as though punishment for having such a lousy memory, he'd put the kibosh, and quite lickety-split, on his finding more words that were rhyming and shit. He calmed himself down and looked under the newlywed's bed for whatever it was that was lost and as of yet unremembered. He had no idea that it was something so unremarkable that it'd never be remembered. It just never worked like that, or had never before. But perhaps this was one of those days that were spoken of as if omnipresently, just on the next bright horizon. The sky was not bright, but instead a dark purple. Oh, well, he thought dourly, that's just the way the cookie always must crumble. He racked his mind. Could it have been Barwin, perhaps, or Charmin? Or it could have been Darwin. But really, he had no idea. And so, right at the top of the brain, did thought from there on after keep popping back up. It was so unattractive. But this would not dawn on him until way later, for now he knew only just that his gummy head couldn't possibly think, and for some considerable time, from the way things were feeling. There once was a man from my parlor. All the phrases and words he could think of that rhymed with parlor were caller, Katie bar the door, Palaver, and Bar Harbor. A place that, as he recalled, or was it if he recalled, that was filled with seamen and docks. Oh, it's you, my dear friend. Good grief, you numbskull. Come stand on your tiptoes. And that's when it suddenly came to him that it was actually, in all ways, the Dr. Haverford. So up he got, and in 2 shakes, he was out. And I'm more than just certain that you will believe me when I add just this one simple fact to this long-winded story. That he's never, not once, since then, ever dropped by. I mean, zilcho. From all the way back then to today.